Okay, for a kite, it's a quadrilateral with two pairs of consecutive sides congruent and no opposite sides congruent. So here's an example of a picture of a kite. The properties of a kite, we have to fill them in. Exactly two pairs of consecutive congruent sides. Okay, so we're looking at AB, and the congruent side would be AD. And we show that with the congruent symbol. So that's a pair of congruent sides. And then these consecutive sides are also congruent. So BC is congruent to CD. Then it says one pair of opposite angles is congruent. So this right here, angle B and angle D, those are congruent. And a better way to say that would be angle A, B, C is congruent to angle A, D, C. And then lastly, the diagonals are perpendicular. So you could say that segment AC, so that's one diagonal, is perpendicular to the other diagonal, BD. Alright, so in example 1, find each missing value of the kites below. Okay, so first of all, these opposite angles right here, J and L, they are the same. Okay? That refers back to number 2 property. So I know that J is 82. I also know that I have a quadrilateral, so the whole quadrilateral adds up to 360 for all my angles. So if I add 82, 71, and 82, I get 235. So I subtract those, and I get that this angle right here, K, is 125 degrees. Okay? Then in letter B, we know that angle B and angle D are congruent to each other. Okay? So now I can add the 85 and the 43 and subtract that from 360. So if I add, I get 128. I subtract that total and get 232 degrees. So I know that this angle plus this angle is 232. I then divide that by 2, and we get 116 each. Okay, in letter C, okay, we have to find angle PTQ. So the very last statement we had for properties said that diagonals are perpendicular. So here it shows you in the picture it creates 90-degree angles. So I know that PTQ is 90 degrees. Angle PQT. So I need this angle right here. Well, I have a triangle right here. So 90 plus 37, and if I subtract 90 plus 37 from 180, I would receive 53 degrees. Okay, now they want to know what is the measure of QRT. Angle QRT. So right here. So this is the same as this one. Okay? Symmetric. If I were to fold that kite on that diagonal line right there over, we know that this would match up right here. Okay? In letter D, angle GDE. So if this is 59, this angle, this side is also 59, and if I add those together, we get 118. To get the whole angle. Okay. Then we have the measure of angle DEH. So DEH. Okay, well we know that this is 90. And we have a triangle, so 90 plus 59 is 149. We subtract that from 180, and that gives us that this little part is 31 degrees. Then it asks us for DGH. So this angle here, and these triangles are going to be the same, so their angles will be the same, so that will also be 31 degrees. Okay, for letter E, these angles are opposite of each other. They are congruent. Okay, so that means I'm going to set this equal to each other. So if I subtract 7, we get 6x. If I add 32, we get 54. And I divide and get 9. Okay, for this one, I need to set these. Nope, you know what? We're going to do this. We know that angle B and angle D are the same. We know that all 4 angles have to add up to 360 because it's a quadrilateral. So we are going to say 5x plus 14, 3x plus 8, plus 109 plus 109. And that equals 360. So if I add my like terms, my x's, I get 5x plus 3x is 8x. And if I add my numbers, my constants, I get 240. If I subtract 240, that gives me 120. And 120 divided by 8 is 15.